Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat for Career Mode. Today we have our second ever Cup race to start it off here at Talladega Super Speedway. So we're going to get straight into things here at Talladega for our second Cup race.
Today we're at Talladega Super Speedway for the running of the Geico 500. Now Talladega is the longest track in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. So who will avoid the big one and make their way to victory lane? Let's head down to the track and find out.
Alright, there you have it from Rick Allen himself. Matt DiBenedetto has been dominant all weekend, so we might have to watch out for him. He is also starting on the pole position with Joey Logano joining him on the front row. Ryan Truex had an engine change after qualifying, so he is starting at the back of the field, along with myself, because obviously we can't qualify to plate track. We're in still a three-star car, so we have our work cut out for us for sure. But I was actually able to race on Legend difficulty for this race with the three-star team, so I was happy with that. Now, as the green flag, though, is out, and we are underway for our second ever Cup Series race of our career. Now in the 51 for Rick Ware Racing. There you see two Stewart-Haas drivers going three wide already in front of us, Harvick and Clint Boyer, as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2 for the opening lap here at Talladega Super Speedway here on the inside of Chris Buescher. Another three wide scenario now, as we're also going to go three wide with him and Bubba Wallace as we exit turn 2. And it hasn't been a good start for the pole sitter of Matt DiBenedetto, who's already lost the lead. It's now Kyle Busch out front with Jimmy Johnson following through in that second position as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4 now. And Kyle Busch actually jumped up to the middle lane, so Jimmy Johnson would go through to take the lead there, as you see on the track map now as we come through turns 3 and on the exit of turns 4. This was a 13% race, which is still pretty lengthy here in the Cup Series now, as we get a hit from behind from the 66 car of, I believe that is Joey Gay, still in that car for this game. There's come through the trial. We're completing the opening lap here at Talladega, as we need to finish in the top 33 to beat our goal and at least continue up the ladder of hot seats. And sure enough, it came through past the midway point now in stage 1, up into the top 25, actually jumping up to the outside here with Kyle Busch for the moment now, as he's behind the pole sitter of Matt DiBenedetto as we came through turns 1 and turns 2. Kurt Busch was leading the way at this point of the race now, as we came towards the exit of turns 2, just on that back bumper of Kyle Busch, trying to find my way back towards the inside lane, because obviously the top wasn't really going anywhere, but I wanted to experiment with it while I had a chance. But we came through now to 2 to go in the stage, running P24 on this inside lane there, but there's trouble up ahead, and we have a car spinning towards the outside wall. That's going to end the stage early as we make some contact. I'm not sure exactly who it was, but that brings out the caution and ends stage 1 a lap and a quarter or so early, so we would get right into stage 2 now here at Talladega as the green flag is back out, and once again we are underway here for the start of stage 2, beating our goal in stage 1. There you see Alex Bowman on the outside of us has some front end damage, so he was collected in that incident. Not apparently enough damage to have to come to the pit lane and repair it now as we go through turns 1 and turns 2. Not a good restart for myself at all now as we drop down to P25. Chris Buescher coming up from behind to give us some help now as we come to the exit of turns 2, heading down this back straightaway. Matt DiBenedetto building up a pretty good run on the outside with Kyle Busch behind him as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4 now for the first time in this second stage. Just doing everything I can to make sure we stay in the top 33. That's the main goal. We're not going to go out here being super aggressive, trying to go and get into the top 10 or something. Obviously, like I said, we only need to finish in the top 33 to be able to probably get a 4-star hot seat for the next time, which I believe will be coming at Michigan International Raceway, if I remember correctly. Now as we come through on the exit of the trial, completing the first lap pretty clean here in this second stage. Now as we go 3 wide up ahead between Castle, Ty Dillon, and the 38 there of David Reagan, as at this point it looks like it was Ryan Preece leading the way, but as we came through past the midway point now in stage 2, still running in about P23, P24, making some 3 wide moves up the middle, pushing Daniel Suarez in the number 41 car now as we head down this back straightaway in the middle of a 3 wide, but as we came through to the final lap of the second stage, running still in about the same position, P23, as we go down the back straightaway for the final time here in the second stage. Martin Truex Jr. just behind us as he's going to follow in line, and now we're going to jump up to the top here to the outside behind Jimmy Johnson in the number 48 car as we go through turns 3 and turns 4. Jimmy Johnson struggling so much lately in real life, and they've unfortunately portrayed that in the game to where he struggles quite a bit now as we exit turn 4, heading down this front straightaway as we go down towards the trial. So still ahead of our goal position, and that's all that matters as we come through this trial. Well, we're going to come through to cross the line here behind the 48 of Jimmy Johnson and beside the 2 of Keselowski to get 24th in stage 2, which is 9 positions better than the goal. So we're doing all right so far, as everyone would be coming to pit road. Parker Kligerman won the stage, so we would come to pit road for 4 tires. I didn't really think we needed 4 tires, just like the Xfinity race, but I took 4 tires anyway. We only lose 4 positions and drop to P28, so we're still beating our goal, so I was pretty happy with that. But now it's time to start the final stage here in Talladega, as the green flag is back out here as we are underway. It's going to be 10 laps to go once we cross the line here behind the 24 of William Byron there in that Hertz Camaro for Hedrick Motorsports. Now as we go down towards turns 1 behind us, we have Ty Dillon and Michael McDowell side by side on our inside. We got Ricky Stenhouse Jr., a bit of a checkup in front of us. We give the 24 a bit of a tap to the bumper now as we come through turns 1 and the center of turns 2. Now as we get to the back of the 24, once again Suarez up on the top now as we head down this back straightaway. Obviously Suarez being tied for my favorite driver, we want to help him out if we can now as we head down towards turn 3. We do have a draft partner behind us of Ty Dillon. I keep forgetting to turn the draft partners off at other tracks that aren't play tracks, and I definitely need to remember to do that here in the future episodes, but it's certainly just something that completely goes past my head every time now as we came out of turn 4, running P29, so 4 spots better at this point than the goal position, but as we came through now on lap 19, up into P25 at this point, so doing pretty good, moving our way forwards on this bottom lane now as we come towards the exit of turn 2. Harvick goes sideways, hitting the back of his teammate of Clint Boyer. Another smoke up ahead, so we're going to get to the inside, and the caution's going to come out here in Talladega. So this will set us up for a fairly late race restart as we would get right back into the action. There's a green flag returns here in Talladega. Like I said, obviously we're just trying to stay ahead of P33 at this point, kind of almost in defense mode, making sure I don't make a silly mistake there. It's only 5 laps to go here in Talladega as we make the stretch down towards turns 1 and turns 2 on this restart. There you see going 3 wide in front of us already, 4 wide there for a moment with Harvick, Tift, Boyer, and Corey LaJoie there to come through turns 1 and towards the exit of turns 2 to the inside there of the 66 of Joey Gase. Behind us we got Ricky Stenhouse Jr., a fellow Ford driver, so maybe we could expect him to give us some help, but no, he doesn't really seem interested now as we go down this back straight with the inside lane, paying off quite a bit actually as we go down towards turn 3, up inside the top 15. This is the best we have run all day here in Talladega, and we would come through to the final lap here, just a handful of laps later, up inside the top 10, up into P9. Behind us we got a draft partner as well of Tyler Reddick, who is committed to pushing us, so we're going to take it to the outside here and see if we can make something work. And sure enough, we look to the outside of Truex now, and a big shove comes from behind from Tyler Reddick as we go down this back straightaway on the outside of Johnson, who has help from his teammate of Alex Bowman. We got a little bit of a tandem going on between myself and Reddick and Johnson and Bowman as we go through turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time here in Talladega. Kurt Busch leads as we come through turns 3 and on the exit of turn 4. Who will get back to the line first? Will it be Kurt Busch or the 37 of Chris Buescher? Now as we go through the trial, we've lost a little bit of contact with our drafting partner of Reddick, but he gets back to our bumper, and now as we come through the trial, coming through to cross the line, it is going to be a 13th place finish here in Talladega, and it is indeed Kurt Busch picking up the victory. So a very strong effort for us here in Talladega. I was very happy with that, but now we come straight through into the Truck Series race. We had subscriber Connor Whitfield in the truck, and the schedule with the Truck Series doesn't still match up in this game, so you're going to see some weird tracks in weird places, unfortunately. But unfortunately for Connor, he got mixed up with our rival of Johnny Sutter, and you would see exactly what happened here. It actually led to a big incident down the back straightaway. The caution came out, they got back going, but Connor would continue on at this point as he came through turns 3 and turns 4, and now on the final lap as he exited turn 4, heading down this front straightaway. He at least rebounded to a decent finish here in Martinsville as he would come through to get P14. He had heavy damage from that incident that he didn't repair, so that's kind of why he didn't get the best finish out of the truck. But unfortunate, but still solid result considering what happened there with Johnny Sutter. But we're getting now going to the Xfinity race here in the Dover race, so a track that I have had some success at in the past in NASCAR Heat 3. I was hoping that we could have that here today in Dover as we go through turns 1 and turns 2, the first and only Xfinity race of this episode now as we come towards the exit of the corner, heading down the back straightaway, just about in that wall, but I just didn't quite have the pace that I had hoped we were going to have as we came through turns 3 and turns 4. So the car, like I said, a little bit slower than I was expecting. Now as Cole Custer, our teammate, led the way as we came through to complete the first opening lap here, as this was only a 13% race as well now as we went down through turns 1 again and turns 2. As we came straight to the final lap of the first stage, only on lap 4 though, we had made a move for P10 as we went down the back straightaway. Now we're going to make a 3 wide there with Jones and the 7 of Justin Allgaier as we go through turns 3 and turns 4, being aggressive but it's going to pay off as we go through the center of the corner. We clear them both, and we're going to come through to get P8 here in stage 1. So I was pretty happy with that, but at the same time, it's just like the car just didn't quite feel like I wanted it to. And Tyler Reddick, he had actually passed Cole Custer for the lead to win stage 1, and we'll get straight back into the racing here. As stage 2 now is underway at Dover International Raceway. As we go down towards turns 1, running in P8 on this restart behind the Panini car of Ray Galding. As we go through turns 1, Jeremy Clements on the inside. This is a 5-lap stage, so 1 extra lap is indeed added there as we come out of turn 2 down this back straightaway, clear of Justin Allgaier, so I can get to the bottom as we go down into turns 3 and turn 4. So obviously I'm going to hop on an opportunity now, as we would unfortunately though not be able to hang on to these positions as we came to the final lap here in the second stage. Now down to P10, battling with Christopher Bell as we went down through turns 3 and turns 4, and I just didn't really have anything for Bell as we came through the center of the corner. He blew right on by me and went past our teammate Cole Custer. In the process, we came across the line to get P10 in stage 2, and that was really at the end of the second stage where I was feeling the car really starting to fall off. Tyler Reddick won stage 2, so another playoff point for him, and I was, like I said, really feeling the car starting to fall off at this point, so I was a little bit concerned. Now as the green flag is back out, the final stage is underway. A very weird restart right there as Christopher Bell got held up, and that would have been, I think, illegal on my part. That would have been a penalty in real life, but that completely caught me off guard, and I was already kind of to the right-hand side of him. I tried to slow up, but I didn't even have a chance. We got to his outside there as we hit the wall, as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway. So a big hit to our car, but we would be able to rally through to at least get to the inside of Justin Allgaier after Christopher Bell had made a pass on him. So we had moved at least briefly back into the top 10, but we would end up losing a position again to Justin Haley and dropping to P11 as we were approaching just 6 to go at this point in this race. Austin Cindric now closing in pretty quickly as the tires were going on this car, and I just didn't really have anything for the AI for the most of this race now as we came through turns 1 and turns 2. At this point, Cindric continuing to close in on me as we came to a lap later, hitting 5 to go, getting onto the apron, and now Cindric looks to my inside, but now there's trouble behind, and Mike Harmon goes spinning off the front end of Elliott Sadler. And that will bring out a caution. I had just gotten passed by Cindric as that happened, so this would force NASCAR overtime now as the green flag would come back out, and we were once again underway from 12th place. So I was not very, I wasn't really looking forward to this restart because I knew that the car was falling off pretty bad, so I was figuring we were going to probably lose some positions on this restart as we came through turns 1 and on the exit of turn 2, looking to the inside there of Jeffrey Earnhardt. 3 wide in the middle between Earnhardt and his teammate of Brandon Jones, who looks to my left rear as we go into turn 3, and there you see the car just stepped out and went right up the track there as I came through turns 3 and turns 4 as we exit the corner to start the final lap here at Dover. Now our rival Chastain looks to our inside as we go through turns 1 and turns 2 for the final time here at Dover. The one car of Michael Annett now leads away as we exit turn 2, heading down this back straightaway. We're going to look to the inside of our rival of Chastain as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4. Annett leads, and now Chastain all the way up by the wall as we come through on the exit of turns 4. Now there's contact with Chastain as we come through, sliding across the line. Michael Annett wins it in Dover, and we come through to finish in the 15th position. An unfortunate way to end this episode with a rough finish, and Dover just didn't, like I said, quite have the speed, but Annett gets the victory. And as always, if you guys did enjoy this one, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and obviously in the next one we'll do another couple races in Xfinity, so there you see the standings on your screen. So I'll see you guys in the next one again. Thank you for watching, everyone, and have yourselves a great day.